I think Sir has already given everything that we need to know. Automation is here, AI is here, right? How many of you have used, I know all hands will raise, ChatGPT. Absolutely, right? It's AI world. Absolutely, no denying. None of us can live away from our smartphones. But there has to be a balancing act. Balancing automation with human aspect. The human touch is not going to go away anytime sooner. So that's the element that all of us need to remember. At ADP in HR, we have developed 88 bots within the HR function. Within TA, I have 17 bots that are running. We use the bot to reach out to the candidates, stay connected with them. But it helps a recruiter to have those conversations saying, hey, have you received this email? How did you like it? So we are using technology, but also importantly having that human touch. Second, the challenge I would say for HR is creating that sense of community. I think with pandemic, we live in this virtual world, all the WebEx that you use, Microsoft Teams that you use, the tune, I think most of us would remember the tune of a WebEx rather than a phone. Am I wrong in saying this? I don't think so. Most of us know what's happening, right? So sense of community when we are back to work, it's very, very important, the belongingness. That's a challenge for us today, given that we are in technology world. We have a lot of things for pandemic to thank, right? One of them is wellness, the total well-being. I know you will say, I said thank. If you look at it, mother like me, I didn't spend too much of a time with my child when he was growing up. He's 9-year-old and I had best of my time with him when I was at home. Right? So there are a lot of stories that you would have for people who stayed with their families, ailing parents. And one good thing for the organization was total well-being. It was not a term that we all were used to before pandemic. Trust me, none of us were okay talking about mental wellness. It was a taboo. पागल है क्या? कौन काउंसलर के पास जाता है? Have you heard that phrase? Absolutely. पागल नहीं है. This is a stress that we all going through. Right? We need, as humans, we need to talk it out. We need to share. So ADP, of course, we had a lot of things that we did. But one thing that, we did, maybe a lot of companies also did, but we did personalized coaching. We were reaching out to people who were in distress. We identified people from the businesses who were trained to talk to their teams and understand if there is something which we can help them at a personal level, financial level. Of course, most of the companies did financial aids. ADP was absolutely not different. The virtual interviews that were happening, like he said, were made more interactive, with fun, dance, Q&A, rapid fire questions, because we wanted to decrease that stress level. And have we come a long way from, going away from this taboo word? I don't think so. There's still very, very long way to go when people will feel okay openly going to a counselor and saying, I need help. Today also, when we have a counselor on site, it's at a place where nobody can see. Why? Because, what if my performance gets impacted if my manager gets to know that I'm visiting a counselor, right? It's not the case. So I think all of us need to accept this concept of total well-being, which is mental and physical also. All organization, institute adopted yoga, Zumba, laughing, or being together, having those conversations. I think physical wellness has been there for a very, very long, but I think the focus now is being more on mental well-being, and that's how it is, total well-being. It's not a, requirement anymore. It's not good to have. There's no option. Organization today do not have an option to discuss D&I. It is there in your face. Okay. So, lot of initiatives. every company I'm sure is driving, but I'm able to see an extremely good diversity here, and I am so glad and happy that the future for us is very, very bright. I'm sure young women out there, you're going to be there sitting in the boardrooms very, very soon. So I'm happy about that. But going back to my organization, what different things that we have done. We do an entire month of women hiring, focused only on women hiring. The interviewers are women. Of course, the applicants to various sources are women, and we ensure to make at least 100 plus offers. And we do not leave their hands when we make offers. We ensure that when they are onboarded, we provide them the experience, the mentor, the buddy who helps them. And this is from fresher to a lateral. This is another initiative that we started is called iRise. This is for women with career break. Unfortunately, in India, women are required to take break because of maternity, family responsibilities, and when we are ready to hit the workforce, मैं कर पाऊंगी क्या? Am I ready? मेरे को आता है? These are the questions that linger in your mind. And we said, that's okay. We want you to be back in work if you are comfortable. So we had a contracting initiative wherein you are a contingent worker with 3 to 6 hours of work, and of course you can get into a full-time job as well. With that, we gave them a mentor. There are BRGs. Every organization has BRGs, the employee resource groups. So we have a IWIN BRG. I lead the diversity initiative, by the way, for the organization, and it's extremely close to me. So these initiatives of bringing women with career break told us there's much more that we can do. We started with people with disability, because in India, I think the thought process is diversity is just gender diversity, right? This is generational diversity. Today, the problem that every corporate is facing is welcoming the Gen Z. Are we ready? Is the workforce ready? So that's another thing that organization like us are welcoming. I think I want to bring in a personal story here. So when I joined in the organization, of course, as a fresher and moved up the rank, I had the leaders that I was working very, very closely, right? When I started sitting with them now, couple of years ago as a function head, the thought process is, ये तो बच्ची है, right? इसको क्या आएगा? ये तो मैंने इसको hire किया था. That's the challenge that we face. कि अभी तो ये बच्ची है, मैंने इसको hire किया था. 17 साल का experience है. मैं 30 years, 35 years. I am this, I am that. Of course, but I think we need to break that barrier. It's not about experience anymore, and I'm saying it loud and clear. It's not about experience. It's the attitude, the continuous learning that you have to bring in place. Whatever time I have been with the organization, 17 years, we have not fired a single person in the company. Reason is we reskill them. We call it as a redeployment program. 38% of our hires are internal hires. That means we have a skill portal wherein you can put your skills, certifications that you have done, and if you're not wanting to move permanently to a different job or pick up a different business unit, you can take stretch assignments. You can say, I want to contribute 30% of my time, 40% of my time to this, and of course I will continue to do my other job that I have, a day job. So these are the things that we've been doing at ADP. For all of you, I think I keep harping the same point. Enderman sir, you mentioned it very right. All the skills that are trending in 8 countries, right? These skills will come and go. Today, what you saw, it's there. 5 years, complete shift. Or maybe 3 years. We never know. I mean, AI, I don't know what it will bring. One thing that I would say is have a right attitude. Have a learning attitude. Whatever be it, whatever condition that you are put into, say, I will make it work. Bring it on. That's the attitude you need to have.